How lovely to be back in my father the king's kingdom. And oh, everything looks so lovely. Oh, look at this, the forest over here. Oh, it looks exactly the same as it always does, of course. And oh, look at this. Oh, the castle looks lovely. Oh, and look at, oh, the lake. The lake where all of the goats like to drink water. Oh, and of course the meadows where all of the goats like to eat the delicious grass. Oh, it's so lovely to be back in my father the king's kingdom. And oh, hello, everyone. My name is Princess Penny. Oh, I'm very excited to be back in my father, the king's kingdom. You see, I've been traveling the world for the last year. Oh, the things I've seen, the people I've met. Oh, but I tell you, it's very nice to be back home. And I was just heading to the castle because my father's going to be very surprised that I'm home. And oh, I bet he's going to throw me a feast with all of my favorite foods. Oh, I just can't wait. I've got to go and tell him that I'm home right now. Billy! Hey, Billy Goat! Oh, my. Hey, Billy Goat! I can't find that Billy Goat of mine anywhere. Oh, hey there, Princess. Billy Goat! What? Princess? Princess Penny! Well, you're home, Princess. Welcome home. Welcome home. Oh, well, thank you very much, Shepherd Boy. Hey, listen, you haven't seen a billy goat around here anywhere, have you? A goat. Well, come to think of it, I haven't seen any goats at all. Oh, no. My mom's going to be so upset with me if I don't bring that goat home. Well, listen. I just got back into the kingdom, but how about I help you find your goat? You'd help me find my goat? Well, of course I will. We princesses, well, we're supposed to be helpful after all. Well, that would be very helpful, Princess. Listen, maybe you could go over that way and look, and I'll go over this way and look. Well, that sounds like a very lovely plan. All right, hey, thanks a lot, Princess. I really appreciate the help. Hey, Billy! Oh, Billy Goat! Goodness me. Back in the kingdom for fewer than 5 minutes, and already I'm being helpful. Well, I'd better find this Billy Goat. Oh, Billy Goat! Oh, Billy Goat! Bleh, 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 bleh. Honestly, I can't find that billy goat anywhere, and I've looked at boys and girls. Listen, have you seen a billy goat around here? If you've seen a billy goat, maybe you could point in the direction that the billy goat went. Which way did the billy goat go? Well, many of you're pointing over in this direction. Did the billy goat go over that way? Yes. Oh, lovely. Well, thank you for your help. Very helpful. Thank you very much. Oh, Billy Goat! Oh, Billy Goat! Bah, bah, bah. All right, the billy goat is not over here. The billy goat is not over there anywhere. I looked all over the place. Are you sure that the billy goat went over that way? Well, which way did the billy goat go? What did you? Well, now you're pointing over this way. You were just pointing over there, and now you. All right, I'll go over this way then. Silly children, always telling me the wrong way. Billy Goat! Oh, Billy Goat! Bah! 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 Ooh! Ooh! Bah! All right, this is getting silly. The billy goat is not over here either. I looked all over the place. Now, perhaps you don't understand the directions. Listen, I want you to point in the direction that the billy goat went. Which way did he go? Well, some of you are pointing in both directions. What are you doing pointing in both? Oh, this is getting silly. You know what? I think I'm going to go over there, and if the billy goat is over there, then I'll find him. And if he's not over there... What are you looking at? There's nothing there. Now, listen, I'm going to go over this way, and I'm going to find that billy... What are you looking at there? Don't look if there's nothing there. Whoa! What was that? Something got me. I don't know what is going... Whoa! What? I thought I saw. All right, this is getting silly. What is going? Oh, Billy Goat, there you are. Billy Goat, what are you doing? Come over here, Billy Goat. I'm going to tie you to this tree so you can't get away. No, Billy Goat, don't chew through the rope. That defeats the whole purpose. All right, Billy Goat, stay. Oh, what an ordeal! Hey, Billy Goat, any luck, Princess? Yes, I found you. Well, the boys and girls, they actually helped me find your Billy Goat. Well, thank you very much. Where is it? Oh, I tied it to that tree over there. Oh, thank you so much, Princess. Woo! What a relief. My mom would have been so upset if I didn't bring that goat home. What? Well, it's just one goat, little shepherd boy. Well, Princess, that may be just one goat to you, but that goat is my family's only possession. Well, what do you care about possessions? The king cake takes care of all of your needs. He gives you gold. Well, the king used to give us gold before you left the kingdom, but here lately, the king hasn't been taking care of us at all. Now, listen, Princess, I gotta get home. It's almost dinner time. Oh, well, what's for dinner? Well, probably Billy Goat. Come on, Billy, let's go home. Oh, my. Well, my father's job was to take care of all of his subjects. I don't understand why he hasn't been taking care of all of his kingdom's subjects. You know what? I'm going to go to the castle, and I'm going to have a word with my father. I want to know why he's not taking care of all of his subjects. I'm going there right now. Father! Oh, Father! Father! Meanwhile, at the king's castle, oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me. Oh, the kingdom is just falling apart. Oh, it's not going well at all. Oh, the royal accounts are almost empty. Oh, the gold is almost gone. And oh, the horrible things spotted in the hills above the castle. Oh, what is a king to do? What is a king to do? Your Highness, whoa! Oh, Willard the Wizard, what do you think you're doing? Don't sneak up on me like that. I'm terribly sorry, Your Highness. I didn't mean to frighten you. It's just that I need more gold. More gold, Willard. I just gave you a bag of gold last week. I can't afford to give you any more gold. Well, that's fine, Your Highness. I suppose you don't mind if all of the villagers get eaten. What? Get eaten? Well, I don't want the villagers to get eaten. And I suppose you don't mind if the village gets burned to the ground. Woo! Burned to the ground? Well, I don't want that either. Well, then you'll give me more gold so I can keep the dragon away. Dragon? Whoa! Willard, I've told you 1,000,000 times, don't say that word around me. What word is that, Your Highness? Dragon? Dragon? Whoa! Yes, Willard, yes, that's the word. Well, give me more gold and I'll keep it away. All right, Willard, I'll give you more gold. But listen, Willard, you've got to make the gold last. The kingdom is almost out of gold. I'll do my best, Your Highness, and I'll be sure to keep the dragon away. What did you... Dragon? Whoa! Father, it's me, Princess Penny. Father, where are you? I want to have a word with you. Father, what are you doing on the ground? Oh, Princess, is that really you? Oh, it is. Oh, darling, welcome home, Princess. Welcome home. Never mind that, Father. I was just talking to one of the shepherd boys, and he says you haven't been giving gold to your subjects. Father, why? Oh, Princess, well, it's a very long story, but here's the long and the short of it. Well, soon after you left the kingdom, about a year ago, something horrible was spotted in the hills above the castle. Well, Father, what was it? Oh, I can't say, Princess. It's too horrible to say. Father! All right. It was a dragon. Dragon? Whoa! Father! I'm sorry, Princess, but soon after the you-know-what was spotted in the hills above the castle, Willard the Wizard came along, and he said he could keep the you-know-what away if I were to give him gold. So I've been giving the wizard gold, and he's been keeping the dragon away. Dragon! 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 Whoa! Wait a moment. A so-called dragon appears in the hills above the castle, and the very same day some wizard comes along asking for gold to keep it away? There's something fishy about this story. I don't believe it at all. You know what? I think I'm going to go into the hills above the castle and see if I can find any evidence of this so-called dragon. I'm going there right now. Ooh, oh. Sorry about that, Father. That's all right, Princess. I'm just going to lie here on the ground for a little while and take a little nap. Oh. That's exactly what I don't need. That pretty little princess poking her nose into my business. I think it might just be time for the dragon to make another appearance in the hills above the castle. Oh, I do love being the bad guy. That's not funny. Meanwhile, in the hills above the castle... Goodness me, I've been walking around these hills of the castle all day long, and I haven't seen any sign of any so-called dragon. I don't see a dragon around anywhere. Boys and girls, do you see a dragon around here anywhere? No, thumbs down. Oh, I don't think there's a dragon either. I'm beginning to think that wizard made the whole thing up, and if he made the whole thing up, and what? Did you see something there? Listen, if you see it again, wave at your screen, because I don't see anything here. If there's something around here, I need to know about it. And if you're waving at your screen. What do you see? There's nothing back there, boys and girls. Now, only wave at your screen if there's something back there. If you just... Are you playing some sort of trick on me or something? Because that is not very nice. If there's something there, oh, yes, like I'm going to look, and there's going to be a dragon's tail, and It's a dragon's tail! There must be a dragon! Whoa! Dragon! There's a dragon after me! Whoa! Dragon! All right, that was close. I think there's a real dragon after me, and I think he's trying to make me his breakfast. Oh, I don't want to be a dragon's breakfast. So if you see him around, let me... Hold on. Is he right behind me? Ooh, Oh, the old fake dragon's tail. I tricked that princess with this big fake dragon's tail. Now she thinks there's a dragon. The king thinks there's a dragon. And I'm going to steal all of the kingdom's gold. In fact, I think I'll go ask the king for another bag of gold right now. And, I won't be needing this anymore. I'll just... put it right there. Oh, I do love being the bad guy. I said that's not funny. No laughing at that. I said no laughing. Bah. Bah. Oh man, I lost my goat again. Billy! Hey, Billy! Billy! Boys and girls, did you say which way my goat went? She went that way? Thanks again. Hey, Billy, go, whoa! Oh, ouch. Oh, I tripped on something. What in the world is this? It looks like a fake dragon's tail. Here, let me lift this up on the count of 3. Oh, it's really heavy. 1, oh, it's very heavy. 2, super heavy. 3, okay, I got it. Uh-oh. I don't got it. Oh, I gotta take this to the castle and show the king this is suspicious, but I gotta lift it up. Here I go. 1, 2, 3. Get it. I got it. Oh no. It's so heavy. Hey, I'm caught beneath this thing. Oh no. Hey, could someone give me a hand here, please? Hello? Help! Hello? Help! Oh no, someone's calling for help. The dragon must be eating them. Princess, a little help here. What in the world? What's going on? Could you lift this thing off me, please? It's really heavy. Oh, well, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Let me put that down. Oh, that was horrifying. Wait a second. A fake dragon's tail? Oh, shepherd boy, was that you chasing me around with that fake dragon's tail? No, it wasn't me. I was just looking around for my billy goat. Oh, your goat. I just saw it go over that way. Thanks a lot, princess. Goodbye. Hey, billy goat. What if it wasn't him running around chasing me with that fake dragon's tail? Then who could it? Who could it be? It could be that evil wizard. Boys and girls, give me a thumbs up if that evil wizard was chasing me around with that fake dragon's tail. Oh, I knew it. He's been tricking my father, the king, and stealing all of the kingdom's gold. Oh, goodness me. I've got to get back to the castle and tell my father. Oh, goodness me. Father! Father! Father, I've got news, Father! Father! And back at the king's castle, Father! Father, where are you, Father? I've got horrible news. You're never going to believe it. Father, woo! Hello. See how that's going to go, princess? Father, there's not really a dragon. Dragon, woo! Your father's so afraid of dragons, he can't stand to hear the word without fainting, and I doubt he's going to believe you if you don't have any proof. And, princess, do you have any proof? Do I have any proof, really? No, I don't. I didn't think so. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to go count my gold. Oh, yes. Oh, I do love being the bad guy. Oh, he's right. Oh, he's right. Once my father hears the word dragon, he's just going to faint right away. I've got to show him something that will prove it's a fake dragon. Oh, I could bring back that fake dragon's tail and show that to my father. That's sure to convince him. Oh, I'd better get back up into the hills and find that fake dragon's tail. Oh, I'm getting my steps in today. Goodness me. No, I'm pretty sure I left that dragon's tail right around here somewhere. It just seems like I thought it was right here, but it's not there. Boys and girls, you don't see the fake dragon's tail around here anywhere, do you? No? Well, if it's not around here, it's got to be around somewhere, and if it's around... Oh, you see it... Oh, look at this. Willard the Wizard trying to trick me with another fake dragon's tail. Well, Willard the Wizard, I don't believe it. I'm just going to take this dragon's tail, and I'm going to... Whoa! 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 I don't think this is fake. Whoa! 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 Oh! Oh, Willard the Wizard. Oh, you've done it now. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to throw a princess in this kingdom, and when my father hears about it, you are going to be in the biggest trouble yet. You're going to be in super duper trouble. Really, really big trouble. That's what I'm talking about. Trouble with a capital T. And boys and girls, what are you looking at this time? Dragon! What did you... All Dragon. Oh, goodness me. Now there's a real dragon after me. Dragon. Whoa, dragon. Dragon. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was close. There was a real dragon after me, and I think this one's really trying to make me his breakfast, and I don't want to be. What do you? Listen, if you see the dragon, wave at your screen or something, because I don't want to be that dragon's. But there's nothing back there now. Listen, if there was a dragon back, whoop, I didn't see a whoop. There's not a whoop. I don't a whoop. There's not a poof. Oh no! Who turned out the lights? Hold it! I see something. I see dragon tonsils. Oh, that can't be good. Dragon! Whoa! The dragon's after me again! Whoa! Wrong way. Sorry about that. Whoa! Dragon! Whoa! All right. I really think I lost him this time. Oh! Dragon. How you doing? Dragon. Dragon. Whoa, not again. Whoa! Oh no. The dragon. He's going to lick me. Blah! Wait a second. You're not a bad dragon at all. Dragon. You're a good dragon? Dragon. Well, good dragon, maybe you could help me trick that evil wizard. Dragon. Listen, this is what we could do. If you go with a and then when you hear the and then when the children say then maybe you could capture the wizard. Will you do that for me? Dragon. All right, very good, dragon. Go on, hide. Dragon. Oh, dragon. Oh, goodness me, a good dragon, and he's going to help us capture that evil wizard. Now, boys and girls, I'll tell you what I need you to do in just a moment. But first, I've got to get back to the castle, and I've got to get my father's help too. Oh, I just hope he doesn't faint again. Father! I need your help, Father! Father, where are you? I need your help, Father! Princess, what is all of the noise up here? What is going on? Father, listen, and listen carefully, and do not faint, Father. There is a real dragon. Dragon? No, Father. He's a good dragon. But that Willard the wizard, he's been stealing all of the kingdom's gold. Oh, no. Father, what is it? I just gave the last bag of the kingdom's gold to that evil wizard. Oh, Father! What are we going to do, Princess? Well, listen, the dragon's going to help us capture that wizard, and the boys and girls, they're going to help too. But, Father, we need your help. What can I do, Princess? Anything for the kingdom. Father, I want you to come up with a punishment for that evil wizard. I want it to be very, very strict. All right, Princess, I'll come up with a very good punishment for that evil wizard. It's what I do best, after all. Oh, very good. All right, boys and girls. Now, this is what I need you to do. The next time you see that evil wizard around here, I want all of you to say, dragon. And then the wizard will come out, and the dragon will capture him. Boys and girls, that's what I want you to do. When you see that evil wizard, I want all of you to say, dragon. Do it with me on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dragon. Well, that's good, but you've got to get your heads going back and forth a little bit more. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dragon. dragon, dragon. Oh, that's very good. Don't give yourself whiplash. That might be too much. All right, let's try it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Oh, boys and girls, that's perfect. All right, when you see that wizard, you say dragon, dragon, dragon. I've got to find a place to hide. Oh, I hope this works. I hope this works. I hope this works. Well, I've hidden all of the gold from the kingdom, so only I know where it is. I've packed my suitcases. I guess there's only one more thing to do, and that is to go and ask the king if there's any more gold. In fact, I think I'll go and do that right now. I'll ask him for more gold. What are you doing? You're all saying dragon, dragon, dragon. Why are you doing that? There is no real dragon, and dragon, dragon, dragon. A real dragon! Whoa! Dragon, dragon, dragon! Oh, goodness me! A real dragon! Listen, boys and girls, whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not say dragon, dragon, dragon again. It just seems to call them back. You're doing it again! You're saying dragon, dragon, dragon! Oh, no! Dragon, dragon, dragon! Whoa! It's the dragon again! Whoa! All right, boys and girls. Listen to me, and listen carefully to me. Do not, I say, do not say dragon, dragon, dragon again. You're doing it again. Wait a second. You're doing it, but it's not working. Go ahead. Say dragon, 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 all you like. The dragon's not coming, and he's standing right behind me, isn't he? Whoa! Oh, put me down, you horrible beast! Put me down! Put me down! Dragon, what are you doing? Get your slobbery mouth off of me! Put me down, dragon! Put me down! What is all of the noise? Oh, a dragon! Oh, goodness me! And dragon, you've captured the wizard! Good job, dragon! All right, wizard. Tell me what you've done with the kingdom's gold. I'll never tell. Fine. Dragon, bite harder. All right, I'll tell. I've hidden the gold in the hills above the castle. Now make this creature put me down. Very well. Dragon, drop the wizard. Oh, you are a good dragon after all. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Thank you very much, dragon. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Dragon, 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 dragon. Oh, goodness me. A good dragon. Oh, and a bad wizard. Wizard! I've had enough of your silliness, and you've stolen gold from the kingdom, so I've come up with the perfect punishment for you, wizard. I've decided that from this point forward, for the next 30 years, you are going to be the kingdom's goat herder. Goat herder? But I don't even like goats. They're mean and smelly and not very nice, and I don't really care for them. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Bah. Whoa! 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 Boys and girls, did it work? Did the dragon capture the wizard? Are you sure? Are you positive? I think you're right. That dragon captured the wizard. Oh, boys and girls, give yourselves a big round of applause. You did a lovely job. Yay to you. Oh, goodness me, boys and girls. Perhaps you all could help me call for the dragon one more time. On the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Dragon! 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 Dragon, dragon, dragon! Oh, dragon, you did it. You and the boys and girls there at 21K. You helped save the kingdom. Good job, dragon. Listen, dragon, how would you like to join my father and I for my welcome home feast? Dragon, dragon, dragon! Dragon, 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 dragon. Goodness me. Oh, I'm so glad he turned out to be a good dragon and not a bad dragon. And I'm certainly glad he didn't turn out to be a fire-breathing dragon. Oh, boys and girls, thank you so much for helping me save my father's kingdom. I could not have done it without your help. I think my father and I, and even the dragon, I think we're all going to live happily ever after. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Dragon, dragon, dragon. And that was the story of the tale of the dragon's tail. Give yourselves a big round of applause again for being a great audience. Yay to you all. Oh, 21K students, you are so much fun to perform puppet shows for. Hey, listen, I've got an idea. How would you all like to see the puppets out front here with this black curtain down? Would you guys like to see that? Give me 1 thumbs up if you would like to see that. Give me 2 thumbs up if you'd like to see that. Give me wiggly thumbs up if you'd like to see that. Wiggly, 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 wiggly. Wow! Those thumbs are so wiggly. All right, all right, all right. Give me a few seconds and we'll have this curtain taken down and the puppeteer will show you the puppets. Be out in a moment. Woo! Hello, 21K students. I am so happy to be here with you today, and I certainly hope you all enjoy the show. Give me 1 thumbs up if you like the show. Give me 2 thumbs up if you like the show. Give me a wiggly thumbs up if you like the show. Excellent. Well, I'm going to show you the different puppets that I use in this show, and then I'm going to take some questions, I think, from the audience, and I think we'll have some time to do that. So, how am I going to start this? I use 2 different kinds of puppets in my shows. I use hand puppets, puppets you put your hands inside to move around, and I use rod puppets. Those are puppets that are on sticks. So the first puppet I will show you is a rod puppet, and it is this one right here. And this, of course, is the shepherd boy who keeps looking for his goat. The shepherd boy is a rod puppet because he's got this stick right there. It goes all the way through his body, right into the top of his head. That way, when I turn it back and forth, it makes his head go back and forth, just like that. That way I can walk him around and have him do things like say, here, Billy Goat. Oh, I can't find that Billy Goat of mine anywhere. Hey, you all haven't seen my Billy Goat around here anywhere, have you? No? Oh, well, I'll keep looking then. Billy! So that is the shepherd boy. He is a rod puppet. Another rod puppet in this story. Now, this one I'm kind of excited about. This is only the second time this puppet has been performed in this show. You see, sometimes our puppets get a little worn out, or sometimes I want to make a little bit of a different kind of puppet. And I made this puppet about 2 or 3 months ago. And this, of course, is the goat. And the goat has 2 rods. He's got this one right here that goes up to his head, so I can move his head around by moving this rod back and forth just like this. And then he's got one back here on his body, so I can make his body move around just like this. And that way I can make him look around just by turning that one. And if I need to, sometimes I can hold both of his rods at the same time and I can still get a little bit of movement out of his head. And I like having this extra movement. Now, I'm going to show you the old goat that we used to use in this story, just so you can see the difference between the two. This is the new goat, and then this is the old goat. You can see that they're very different. This one just has 1 rod, so I can move him around just like this. And so I like having this one, so I can get a little bit more movement out of his head with the 2 rods. I have another puppet that has 2 rods. In fact, there's a couple in the story, and I'm going to get to those in just a moment. But next, let me show you this puppet right here. Who is this, everyone? This is the king. That is right, the king. He's a rod puppet as well because he's got this rod right here. I'll show it to you right there. It also goes all the way through his body right into the top of his head, so I can make his head go back and forth just like this. He's got strings on his hands right there. There's 1 string right there that lifts up that hand. There's another string on this other side that lifts up his other hand. That way I can get a little bit of movement out of his arms just by wiggling his body around just like that to make him look just slightly more animated by moving him around like that. And of course, the word dragon makes him faint every time. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Whoa! Oh, dragons are so scary. So that is the king puppet. He is a rod puppet. His daughter, the princess, is also a rod puppet. She's got a rod to make her head move back and forth just like this. She's got strings on her arms so I can move her body around just like that to get her arms moving around too. And if I swing them around just enough, I can get quite a bit of movement out of them. Oh, goodness me. I sure am glad that dragon turned out to be a good dragon and not an evil dragon. Oh, that would be very bad. So that's the princess puppet. She's very much like the king puppet, having just one rod. Now, the wizard, and that's this one right here, the wizard has two rods. He's got one, just like the king and the princess and the shepherd boy, he's got one to make his head go back and forth, just like that. He's also got one on his hand. That way I can make him gesture and move around just a little bit more. I can make him wave, or I can make him do his evil laugh like this. Oh, I do love being the bad guy. That's not funny. So that is the wizard puppet. He's got two rods. There's one more puppet in this show with two rods. He's hidden way over here. It's this one right here. And this, of course, is the dancing caterpillar. He's got two rods. He's got this one right here on his eyes to make his eyes look back and forth just like this. He's got this one back here on his tail to make his tail wiggle back and forth just like this. Doom digga doom digga doom digga doom digga doom digga doom digga doom 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. And he squirms just like this. Can you guys do that with your bodies on the count of three? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was very nice. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Very, very nice. So that is the dancing caterpillar. He is a rod puppet. Let's see. Is that all of the rod puppets? That's all of the rod puppets. Now I will show you the hand puppet in this show. And this, of course, is the dragon. You can see he's quite large, and he's a hand puppet because I take my hand, I put it all the way through his body, right into his head. So my hand kind of looks like this on the inside of his head. That way, when I open and close my hand, that makes his mouth open and close, just like that. And he's got strings on his hands too. One string on that hand, one string on that hand. That way, when I wiggle his hands or his head back and forth, I can get a little bit of movement out of his hand, because usually my other hand is busy with another puppet when the dragon is on, either the wizard or the princess or the king. And so I only have one hand to operate him, so I can make his hands move just by wiggling that one hand that's on the inside of his head. Now, there's one last puppet that I haven't shown you yet. That, of course, is Rusty the dog. And Rusty is not just a hand puppet. He's also a rod puppet. He's a hand puppet because, like the dragon, I take my hand, I put it all the way through his head, right into his mouth. So my hand looks like that again on the inside of his head to make his mouth open and close. But he's also got one rod on each of his hands. He's got one rod on this hand there and one rod on this other hand. Now, since one of my hands is busy on the inside of his head making his mouth open and close, I have to use my remaining hand to operate both rods at the same time. So it's almost like eating with chopsticks. I got to hold both rods at the same time, and I can make him move around just like that. I can even, with a little bit of practice, I can make him clap. Can everyone at 21K clap with him? Can you clap with me? Can you clap even louder? Can you clap super duper loud? Clap really, really loud. Oh, very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks from my perspective back here, because I've got this camera right here. Let me turn this camera on, and then I will turn it around, and I will show you how I do a lot of the different effects. Now, you may get an extreme close when I switch over to this camera. Let's see, extreme close up. All right, let me turn this camera around, and I will show you what it looks like from my perspective. So over here on this left side, I keep all of the puppets that I use with my left hand on this side, so I can reach down, grab the puppets, bring them up on stage, and when I need to, I can put them right back down. And now if you'll go over this way with me, over on this side, my right side, I keep all of the puppets I use with my right hand, so I can put those puppets on, bring them up on stage, wiggle them around, and then put them back down there on the floor so they're out of my way. Now, if you'll come back over here, I want to show you this monitor right here. This is how I watch what the puppets are doing on screen. That way I can make sure that they're doing exactly what I want them to do, and so you can see them exactly as I want them to be seen. Now I'm going to show you something up here. I'm going to point the camera up there. If you can see yourself up here in this monitor, that's how I can see you guys. So wave at yourselves. Everyone say hi to you. And then I'll switch over to more people. Wave at yourselves. Hi. That's how I keep an eye on you guys and watch what you are doing during the show. And then I've got these buttons down here too. And these buttons do all sorts of different things. This button right here, when I push that, it makes those castles come up. And then when they go back down, Then we're inside the castle. When I hit this button here that says hills, when I hit that button, those castles come back up and a little bit of music plays, as you can hear. And now we are in the hills above the castle. There are no real hills there. Those are just little animations that I use. Now, this button right here says fire. Can you guess what happens when I hit the fire button? It gives me the dragon breathing fire of the dragon. Whoa! Now, of course, that's not real fire because the studio that I'm in would catch on fire and that would be the end of all of my shows. But when I push that button and I hold the puppet right there, I can make it look like the puppet is breathing fire just like that. And I think that is a really, really nifty thing. So let me switch back over to this camera out there. Now, I wonder, I haven't shown you one thing. I haven't shown you the tails. This tail right here is the actual dragon's tail. It's not connected to his body because if it was connected to his body, not only would I have the gigantic dragon on my hand, but I'd have this, and this would be whacking me in the head the whole time, and that would not work. So I keep this separate so I can move it separately, and then you don't see it after you see the real dragon come out. And then there is also the fake dragon's tail, which you saw is just a dragon tail on a stick. So I guess that would be a rod puppet too. All right, that is all of the puppets. I wonder if our students have any questions for me, and I'm going to move this monitor out here so I can see you and maybe, so I can see you and hear the questions that you might have if I don't knock everything over. All right, teachers, how would you like to do the questions? Would you like to read the questions from the chat to me?
Yes, we do have a lot of questions in the chat. So many students have raised a lot of questions. So can we start?
That sounds great. And if you'll read the questions to me, and if you want to pronounce the student's name for me, so I can acknowledge the question, that would be lovely.
All right. So there is one student by the name of Aditya Ashwin. He asked, "Why doesn't the king have two rods like the wizard?"
Why does he say that one more time?
Why doesn't the king have two rods like the wizard?
Why doesn't the king have two rods like the wizard? That's a really good question. Now, the wizard does have a rod to move one of his hands around, but that's because he's on screen a lot by himself. And when he's by himself, I can use my hand to move his body, and I can use this other hand here to move his rod around. But when the king's on stage, he's almost always on either with the wizard or with the princess, so I only have one hand to operate him because I'm using my other hand to operate another puppet. So if I were to put rods on him, they would just be dangling most of the time and getting in my way. That way, and that's why I put strings on his hand so I can still get a little bit of movement out of him. And he doesn't seem to need to move his hands quite as much as, say, the wizard does in this show. So I decided not to put rods on his hands. That's a really good question. Thank you for that question. What's the next question?
Yes. So Savyakta asked that when moving the strings on the puppet's hand, how will your hands not be visible because your one hand is in the puppet?
That's a really good question too. Now, if I were holding, like, for example, the king, if I were holding up here and then I were to reach up here and move his strings around, you would see me do that. That's why I don't do that, because I don't want you to see my hands during the show. Although every once in a while you might see my hand at the bottom of the screen. That happens from time to time. That way I'll just wiggle his body a little bit so I can get movement out of his hands without putting my hands in the screen. So it's almost like a marionette. The strings are just hanging from his neck. A marionette is a puppet that's controlled entirely by strings from above. And this is sort of a marionette because the strings are controlled from where his neck is, but it's more just gravity that's moving everything around and me just wiggling the puppet just right to get that movement that I want out of him. So I never reach up and pull the strings except to show you that there's a string there during the demo. That's a great question. What's the next question?
Okay, the next question says that can puppets be used, or are they a good medium to project emotions?
I think so. I do think so. The problem with puppets, and what's a good puppet to show you this? The princess, she has one expression, right? Like she always, like her facial expression doesn't change. Like you guys, I saw you earlier, you were making like very angry faces, and then you were making very happy faces. Make very happy faces for me. Let me see your happy faces on my screen here. Good. Now show me very angry faces on my screen here. Oh, see, like, so you're like almost making your eyebrows go down and you're making your mouth frown. And the princess can't really do that. Her face doesn't change. But if I move the puppet around enough, and if I want her to be sad, then I will usually lean her forward a little bit like this, and it makes her look just a little bit sad. And if I want her to look happy, I might have her look up and like, oh, I'm very happy now. And all of a sudden, it looks like she's smiling. Doesn't it look like she's smiling now? Oh, I'm so happy. And now watch, she'll get sad. Oh, it's so very sad. Oh, that dragon. Oh, and now she can be scared. Oh, he's so frightened. Oh, it's terrifying. Oh, that dragon is so terrifying. He was chasing me. Her face never changed, but by moving the puppet, I think I can get it to show different emotions. Give me a thumbs up if you saw different emotions from the puppet during the show. Did you see some different emotions? Yeah, some of you did. I think, and some of you know. Yeah. So some of you can see the different emotions, right? Yeah. So I think puppets are good. Maybe not to show super complex emotions, but to show the basics. I think it can be pulled off if you're doing it correctly. Yeah, that's a great question. What's the next question?
Okay, the last question that I have is, why does the puppets have blue skin?
Oh, that's a really good question. Why do the puppets have blue skin? Well, I like the color blue, and that's sort of the best answer. But I think that I didn't want them to be white or black or any particular race. I just want them to be just people. And so I thought blue color was sort of a neutral color where I wasn't necessarily assigning them a particular race because I just wanted it to be relatable to anyone. And so that's why I use the color blue. And I also just like the color blue too. Yeah. Great question. What's the next question?
Yes, sir. I have some of the questions. Children, those who are raising your hands, kindly put your questions in the chat, then only they will be answered. You won't be unmuted. Okay, so we have a question from Abhiram. What are these puppets made up of?
Oh, that's a really, really good question. Listen, I'm going to show you a little video of me making the puppet. So this is obviously in fast motion. That's the blue fabric that I'm using right there. That's the color of the skin of the puppets. That's just a fleece material, kind of like maybe a sweatshirt or a jumper that you would wear. That's what the material is. And you can see that I'm using a sewing machine right there to make, I think I'm making arms right now for the puppets. And then I'm using scissors to cut out what I've sewn. And then I turn them inside out. You can see two arms right there, and I'm turning another one inside out. And then that's just the shell of the puppet, the outside of the puppet. I stuff them with some white stuffing. It's called fiberfill, and you can see one of the puppets laying there on the table. That's Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. You can see he's kind of plump now, and that's because he's been stuffed. And there's the white stuff that I stuffed the puppets with. So I use the blue fabric, I use the white stuff, I use some wire right here. You're going to see me in a second putting wire into the fingers of the puppets. That way I can pose them so they don't just look like flat hands. They look kind of fluffy right there. I'm making a head and stuffing it. There's a head on the table now, you can see. And so I use all sorts of different types of materials. And then you can see, if you look carefully, you can see the wooden rod coming out the bottom of the Jack and the Beanstalk puppet. So I use a little bit of wood as well. So I use all sorts of different materials to make the puppets. Yeah, but mostly fabric and fur and different things like that. Excellent question. What's the next question?
Yes, thank you so much. So that was so quick. Okay, so they want to know, how do you come up, Srijan wants to ask, how do you come up with such funny stories?
Oh, I love that question. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you like this story. I come up with funny stories a couple of ways. First of all, when I'm thinking of a story, I think of a theme first. Like I did a show called Tommy's Pirate Adventure, and that theme was all about pirates. And so I started with the theme, and then I worked about thinking about who's going to be the good guy in the story, who's going to be the hero in the story, and who's going to be the villain in the story, who's going to be the bad guy in the story. And once I establish those characters, then the story begins to sort of write itself. I always have to remember when I'm writing one of my stories that only two characters can be on stage at the same time because I only have 2 hands, so I can only hold 2 puppets. Now, if I had a third arm growing out the middle of my chest, I would be the best puppeteer in the world because I could have 3 puppets on stage at the same time. But I always have to remember I can only have 2 puppets on stage. And then I think, what's the silliest way to tell this story? And how can I make it interesting all the way through? And once I have sort of the idea of the story, I'll take it out and I'll put it in front of different audiences and I'll see what they laugh at and what they don't laugh at. Because sometimes I think something is funny and the audience doesn't think it's funny at all. And sometimes I do something by accident and the audience thinks it's very funny, and then that will stay in the show forever. So while I was doing the show for you, I was watching my screen so I could see your faces, and I could see when you guys looked a little bored, and I could see when you guys were giggling and laughing and pointing, and that gives me more information about this show, is what to keep in the show and what to maybe speed up a little bit in this show. So I'm always changing my shows. I'm always trying to make them a little bit better. That was an excellent question. Thank you for that question.
So the second last question with me is from Ira Bopanna. So how do you make the puppets' voices, different voices? And she is even saying that I loved the show. And similarly, we have the same question on it. This how did you design these puppets, which you have already explained?
Those are all great questions. Now, I was listening in before the show started, and I heard one of your teachers making excellent puppet voices. She made the best puppet voices, and so that's how I make puppet voices too. Is I try just different silly voices with my own voice. I bet you guys can say right now, say hello in the highest pitched voice you can. Say hello as high as you can on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Hello.
Very good. Now say it as low as you can on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello. That's a good place to sort of start, like making your voice high, making your voice low, making your voice kind of nasally, making your voice kind of goofy, just playing around with different voices. And then when I'm coming up with the character, I look at the puppet and I think, well, is this puppet going to sound like this? Oh, hello, everyone. I'm a king. Probably not. But he's sort of afraid, so, I could make him sound like this and make him sound like I'm afraid all of the time. Oh, I'm so afraid. And so I'll use the character and how it looks to inform me on what he might sound like. Then I'll just try my best. Yeah, that's a great question. And I think I showed you a little bit on how I design the puppets.
Yes.
Sometimes I make drawings of the puppets first and then I build them. Those are great questions. Thanks for those questions. I hope your teacher does more voices for us too.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely.
So Shivansh has a question like, how do you design the outer part of it? Shivansh sir has already shown it to you. So how do you design the outer, the facial, this for the puppets?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, let me show you. And now this is a video of me making a wolf. And I think I've got him around here somewhere, so maybe I can show you, or I think there's a picture. So I'm doing a lot of hand stitching in this one, and eventually you'll see me get to the part where I put on his eyes. And in fact, this video is too long. I'm just going to show you on the dragon puppet. I wonder if you can guess what the dragon's eyes are made from. Can you see sort of the shape of his eyes? Maybe you can see. I'll tell you, it's a plastic egg. It's a plastic egg that I've cut in half, and then I've glued that onto the dragon's face. And then I just made fabric horns that I put on the top of his face. And then on the inside of his mouth, I don't know if you can see it, but he's got that red tongue there. And when I was building this puppet, I was going to glue that tongue down like that. But I've got a dog here. She's actually laying asleep right over there in the corner right now. When she runs around a lot, her tongue will sometimes hang out the side of her mouth like that. And I thought it would be really fun to have the dragon's tongue be able to move around, and every once in a while it gets sort of stuck hanging out the side of his mouth like that. So I left it sort of over there because I thought that was silly. And that's how I design the puppets, is I sometimes I'll pin the eye on before I glue it on to see if it's the right eye. For this puppet, I think I pinned at least 4 or 5 different sets of eyes before I came up with this set that I liked. And then the black parts of his eyes are just black buttons that are glued on to the white plastic eggs. Yeah. So all of the puppets have different types of eyes. The king's eyes are ping pong balls. If you can see really closely, they're just half of ping pong balls glued onto his face. And then his nose is really three parts. It's two little balls of the blue fabric and one longer puff of the blue fabric, and that makes his nose just like that. And then this is just fake fur that I glued and sewed onto his face. Yeah, great question. These are all wonderful questions. You guys ask very excellent questions.
So with the dragon, so they even were like, why the tongue is like a snake's tongue? Why is it not like a dragon's tongue? And lastly, they wanted to know, one of the child has asked that, how did you get into puppetry?
Oh, that's a very great question. I know the dragon's tongue does look like a snake's tongue, doesn't it? But I think aren't dragons reptiles? And so I think that's why I made it kind of look like a snake's tongue. Yeah. Yeah. I got into puppets. I was in college to become a school teacher. And my last year of college, I took a course in puppetry where I learned how to build puppets and I learned how to write shows and I learned how to perform. And I fell in love with doing puppet shows. And so I've been doing it ever since I decided not to be a teacher. I decided to be a puppeteer, which is the name of what you call someone who performs puppet shows for their job. And I've been doing this job now for 25 years. And my favorite part of the job is not building the puppets. It's not writing the shows. It's getting to perform for kids just like you. So thank you so much for watching the show today. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Art. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir. So being able to bring a puppet into life has always been an interesting and creative talent. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for the charming, imaginative, and entertaining session. A big thank you to all the students for being the best audience. Hope you all had a great time. If you had a great time, put a thumbs up. You all can put your feedback into the chat that you enjoyed the session. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, children. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a
Bye, sir. I love you. Bye, Bye.